Hello, fams, and welcome to the Game Dojo. It's your host, the Game Ninja. I got a little bit of a voice, so I'm gonna be able to do a little bit of talking, some videos. That's what I wanted more than anything. My throat and mouth is still jacked up, but at least you get to hear some of my bravado. Anyway, ladies and jelly spoons, I want to talk to you guys today about something majorly important when it comes to a gamer, and that is games. I know in today's climate and ecosystem, we don't have the ability to really express our full gratitude for some of the greatest games ever created. Because amidst the greatest games ever created, we have a sea of horrible games that should pass into obscurity and never be talked about and never played, but instead they get more reiterations, they get more sequels to the point where the industry is flooded with a ton of horrible filler games. Some of them free to play, some of them with a hook and gamble, riddled with microtransactions, and it literally just chokes a true gamer spirit. But today, we're talking about the best games. Games that you have to play, that if you are a gamer, you owe it to yourself to at least play once in your life before your life is over. And that is where I'm coming from today. So today, here in the Game Dojo, I don't know if you guys know, I'll give you the once around. That's right. Here in the Game Dojo, we are going to do 20 games you have to play before your life is over. At least once, if you are a true gamer. So, enough of me talking. I want you guys to sit back and relax with your favorite bag of snacks and get ready for these game tracks. Because I am the Game Ninja, baby. And this is what I do. I do have the Ring of Power. This is a power hour, so can't be sour. So I want you guys to sit back and relax and enjoy. Now, these 20 are in no particular order. I don't want you to think that number 1 is the best or number 20 is the worst. These are just 20 games you have to play before you die. So I'll tell you what, why don't you come on, have a seat right next to me, and let's check out some games the way they were intended to be. Some of these games will run in 4K, some of them 1080p, some will be 120, some will be 60, some will be 30, but we're not talking about specs today. We're talking about story, content, graphics, greatness, legacy. We're talking about the games that were invented for you to enjoy and play. First up on the list, let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, number 20 on the list, Hogwarts Legacy. This game, for so many reasons, deserves to be on your top 20 list. For none other than the fact that if you were ever interested, if you were ever involved, if you ever had any kind of intrigue into the lore of Harry Potter or the subsequent series, this game puts you directly into that universe in a way you've never dreamed of before. Ladies and gentlemen, with graphics that are astonishing, a story that is absolutely amazing, directly from the home of Warner Brothers, which proves they can do it if they try, Hogwarts Legacy is number 20 on our list for so many reasons. This game, steeped in its lore, its intrigue, and its story, and its massive open world, is absolutely amazing. If you go into, just to give you an example, if you go into Harry Potter and where you have the basilisk, and the opening to the basilisk was in the bathroom. If you go to that exact bathroom here, in the exact place where it was in the movie, you will find the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets with the basilisk emblem even on the knob in the bathroom. We want to talk about accurate. There are things so small in this game that they have detail oriented that most people will overlook and never find, but this game rewards exploration. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Hogwarts Legacy. This game is absolutely amazing. Everything that was in the series is in the game. This game did not get the attention it deserved, it did not get the rewards it deserved, and it deserved Game of the Year. However, even after being snubbed, this game sold over 1 billion copies, proving the fact that the people ultimately have the last word when it comes to Game of the Year. Unspoken, but more than richly deserved, ladies and gentlemen, Hogwarts Legacy is more than a game. It is an adventure. It is a way to live out a real life sim in a world that you barely got to know in the movies. But you can create your own legacy. You can create your own legend. You are here at Hogwarts. And everywhere that is in the land, you can go. Massive, open, and beautiful graphics. Like I said, this is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played in my entire life. Deserving to be on this list, you need to play this game at least once before you die. You need to experience what this game has to offer. You need to experience the world. I can't believe that you can literally go in this castle and walk around for hours, human hours, and never see the same place twice. Steeped full with intrigue, hidden secrets, and gems that is not even encompassing the main story. Like I said, this game deserves to be played. It wants to be played, and it needs to be played. If you have not had the chance to play Hogwarts Legacy, you are missing out on an adventure of a lifetime. And this game is not kiddie oriented. There are real life adult themes, and there are a lot of things that happen in here, both in sacrifice, intrigue, and horror. But at the steep and the heart of this game is something more amazing than almost any game I've ever seen in my entire life. The many people who worked on this game deserve to be honored for this, and you deserve to yourself to play it just once in your life. Hogwarts Legacy is more than a game. You're playing a movie built into cinematic universe of Harry Potter. Create your own legacy. Live out your dreams. Hogwarts Legacy, number 20 on the list. Number 19 on this list may be a game none of you heard of, none of you knew happened, but this game is absolutely insane and deserves to be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are coming from every system, not just Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox, but every system. This game right here needs to be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give to you RoboCop Rogue City. Now, this is the DLC that just came out not too long ago. This is called Unfinished Business. Now, if you have never in your entire life heard of this game or played this game, you are... It's hard pressed to say. Certain games that give fan service go unnoticed in the mainstream gaming industry now. But these games that are dedicated to fans of the IP, fans of the series, fans of the actual game properties and movie properties and subject matter, these are the games we need more of. These are often the most overlooked games. In this game, it puts you right into the heart of RoboCop, right into the city and the state of RoboCop. It puts you in the actual story of RoboCop, taking place between RoboCop 1 and RoboCop 2. This is Rogue City, and the DLC is Unfinished Business. Once again, one of the games you just absolutely have to play before you die if you are a gamer. This will never win any awards, but the fun factor, the ability to be Alex Murphy, RoboCop, voiced by the actual actor in the world of Chicago during the subject of RoboCop Rogue City. This is why this is number 19 on our list. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, number 19 of the games you must play before you die, RoboCop Rogue City. This is unfinished business.
Rat soup's ready to serve. Everyone, rat soup is ready to serve.
How about a cat soup?
Cats, rats, anything you need, my friend. No town special.
That's why it's so important to have conversations.
Mommy! Mommy! The interchange was saved okay.
You can let me through now.
About that. I'm afraid I don't have the code. I just wanted my son home.
Lying to a police officer is a violation.
I know. I'm sorry. But you know how dangerous it is out there. Now that Rory's passed away, there's not much I can do to protect our baby. I was just afraid he'd get hurt. Mommy? Can we rhyme now? Can RoboCop say the numbers with us? It's easy. 777. Honey, RoboCop is busy. We'll do rhymes at home.
Gary, repeat the rhyme.
The interchange was saved okay. 777 318. Rhyming's fun. I can tell you all my rhymes.
Where did you hear that rhyme, Gary?
I came up with it when I was playing with Dad's stuff.
The rhymes include numbers. It could be the code.
It costs nothing to try. Oh my. It worked.
Good thinking, Gary.
Did you hear that, Mom? I'm a detective now. I can't put No Town at risk of another mercenary attack. So I have to close the gate as soon as you leave. Are you ready to go?
Open the gate.
Goodbye. And thank you for helping Gary. Genuinely. Thank you.
It is my duty, madam.
Number 18 on the list comes from Telltale. Telltale is probably one of the best game developers in gaming history. I can't think of a Telltale game that I haven't liked, that I haven't played. But The Walking Dead is a series of games that if you have not played them, and you are a fan of the subject matter of The Walking Dead, either the TV series, the graphic novel, or the comics, you definitely need to play The Walking Dead. Now, they have a definitive edition, which is what I have. The definitive edition has all the episodes, and there are quite a few episodes when it comes to The Walking Dead. Telltale earlier last year closed down, shut its doors, and went default. However, there were some investors who could make certain projects finish and come to life before they were all dawned from the table. This being one of the games that finally got to get its last rendition finished. The Walking Dead Telltale's versions. I cannot say more. You have season 2, you have A New Frontier, you have the final season, and then you have the Michonne episodes. This series, I'm telling you, it will break your heart. It will make you see, most of the time, and it sounds very insane, I prefer the Walking Dead Telltale story over the actual TV series in a lot of ways. Now, the cel-shaded graphics, do not let that dissuade you from the subject matter or the storyline. When it comes to Telltale, they are the best at storytelling, and every decision you make consequently will also shape how your story is told and what happens at the very end. Ladies and gentlemen, number 18 on our list of games you have to play before you die, The Walking Dead by Telltale, and the definitive edition is the way to play them all.
Oh, shit. Thirsty. Ah! Fuck. My leg. Why the hell did he have his gun out? Maybe it was tossed from the car during the wreck. I need to drag myself out that window. Officer? Shit. Oh. Officer? Holy shit! Get away from me! Where the hell are you? Shit! Don't make me do this!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, number 17 on our list is a gaming phenomenon. It came onto the scene back in 1993 with Super Nintendo, but Mario Kart has spawned over 12 different games over 3 different decades, and to this day, including June, which previously passed 3 months ago, Mario Kart is still the #1 franchise running. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a game you have to play, and with more than, oh my god, more than 80 million copies sold, almost everybody who has a Nintendo Switch has Mario Kart. So whether you're playing Mario Kart World on the Nintendo Switch 2, or whether or not you're playing Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give to you number 17 on our list of games you have to play before you die, Mario Kart. I know you've heard about it, I know you've wondered about it, and if you haven't played, ladies and gentlemen, you owe it to yourselves to play. This is the game, this is the legend, and it lives up to all the hype. Whether you like Mario Kart World, the newest iteration, or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, this game is still outselling the Nintendo Switch's 2 brand new version. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Ladies and gentlemen, coming from the home of Nintendo, number 17 on our list, Mario Kart. Whether you play World, whether you play 8 Deluxe, whether you play 8, whether you play 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Wii, Wii U, GameCube, DS, 3DS, 2DS, DS XL, Game Boy Advance, you will find Mario Kart, a game that pretty much everybody, if you have not played it in one way or another, even my cell phone gamers, Mario Kart Tour is available. If you have not heard about the phenomenon known as Mario Kart, then you have missed an entire legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, number 17 of the games you have to play before you die, Mario Kart. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, number 16 on my list is a pretty funny entry. But for the simple fact is, whether you agree with the crude humor, whether you agree with the subject matter, whether you agree with what they talk about, this is another fan legacy that you just love to play. Opening up the doors and putting you into the world of South Park Elementary. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I give to you South Park, The Stick of Truth. If you ever wanted to be involved inside or a part of the South Park universe, this game like Hogwarts Legacy, allows you to be part of that legacy. And like I said, you're going to find a lot of these games, including like RoboCop, that put you into a world that you only watched on TV, that you always dreamed of being a part of. This game, believe it or not, allows you to do that. I want to take you through just a little bit of South Park, The Stick of Truth. Number 17 on our list.
Deep in the lands of Zara, the humans of Koopa Keep struggle to stay alive as they are attacked by the wicked drow elves of Larnia. Darkness falls as the humans beg their king to save them, a noble king known only as the Grand Wizard. For 1,000 years, the battle has been waged, with only the bravery of the Grand Wizard to protect his human followers. But even though the Wizard King is so undeniably true, the Drow Elf armies continue their attacks. They seek the humans' most treasured relic, the Stick of Truth. But the tides of war soon change, as news of a new kid spreads throughout the land. In order to save the humans, the Grand Wizard must get to the new kid before the Drow Elves can manipulate his mind and use him to take the sacred relic from human hands. For whomever controls the stick controls the universe.
Literally, it's like playing an episode of South Park. I love that.
That's everything.
Absolutely love it.
Hun, we're really moved in.
It's a new beginning for us. Things are finally going to be good.
Do you really think it will be better for him?
They won't look for him here. We just need to make sure he doesn't attract any attention. Come on, let's see how he's doing.
Sweetie? Hun, you all dressed?
Hey, champ. How do you like your new room? I know it's a big change for all of us, but, son, do you remember why we moved to this quiet little mountain town? He doesn't remember.
He doesn't remember at all.
That's good he doesn't remember.
Sweetie, we want you to have lots of fun here. Why don't you go out and make some friends?
Right, get outside and play, son. Like normal kids.
We've got some money for you on the kitchen counter, sweetie. Just be back before it gets dark.
Yeah, we love you too.
Yeah, so this is literally you playing an episode of South Park. And let me tell you, if you are not of the faint of heart and you don't know about South Park, please stay away from this game. But if you want my honest opinion, if you ever wanted to play a game that will literally just change your attitude, if you're having a bad day, if you need to smile, if you need to blow off some steam, let me tell you something. Look no further than joining the South Park TAD of teams and joining Stick of Truth. There's also Snow Day, and there's also the Fractured But Whole. There are 3 games in the South Park universe, and you need to play them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you have not played South Park Stick of Truth, you owe it to yourself at least once to do. But you have been warned. There are some scenes and things that happen in here that you will see in no other game, but it is straight right out of the mind of South Park. Ladies and gentlemen, this is number 17. Number 16. I don't know if you ever even heard of this game, but absolutely, without a doubt and no equivocations, this is one of the most underrated games I've ever seen in my entire life. Number 16, Rise, Son of Rome, is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. If you ever were like a fan of Spartacus, the Showtime series, or Gladiator, or 300, and those movies kicked ass, and they are amazing. If you ever wanted to be a part of that lore, a part of that world, and pick up a Centaurian sword and face and topple an empire, including fighting in the arena, something I've seen in no other game. I haven't played every game in the world, but I have never seen arena combat faced like gladiators that you have in this actual game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, number 16 of games, if you have not played, you need to play it before you die. Rise, Son of Rome is that game. The graphics, the fighting style, the literal battles that they put you in. I don't understand how this game went so far, so long, and so underrated. This game is absolutely amazing. Just recently, I completed it. I've been playing this game for years. And you want to talk about graphics? This is among the best graphics. I don't even know the engine that they use to make this game, but I will tell you, it is absolutely worth your time to play it at least once before you die. This is a game you need to play. You want to play. You will enjoy playing.
In time, Rome healed, and her civilization once more grew and flourished. The city, saved by an unsung hero, would go on to stand for thousands of years. Rome would endure. From then until the last days of man.
All right, I'm losing content of what number I'm on, so don't feel bad. I'm not writing this stuff down, I'm just winging it, and I love it. So this is either number 15, I want to say it's number 15, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Actually, the new Tomb Raider series all are absolutely 100% amazing. Graphics-wise, gameplay-wise, story-wise. This was, for years, our closest iteration of Indiana Jones and live gameplay until the recent, and I'll just give you the next one. The next game coming up on our list is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. But Lara Croft never looked so much better. The puzzles are intense. The game mechanics and platforming is insane in order for you to get through certain parts of the game. It is extra in a way that most games do not need to be extra for some of the things you want to do, but you're going to find Uncharted, Indiana Jones, and a bunch of other adventure games just the same. But when it comes to a franchise that is so steeped in lore, that has created movies, animations, and everything else, the Tomb Raider series, if you go all the way back to its origins on PlayStation 1, has always held intrigue, fun, and platforming. But these newest reiterations, I give to them the graphics, I give to them the story, and I give to them the voice and motion capture acting. It is literally Tomb Raider like you have never seen before. And if you have never had a chance to play the newest Tomb Raider versions, you are missing out on a huge adventure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is next up on our list. This is Rise of the Tomb Raider, there's Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I forget the third one, but there's a trilogy of new games that came out for the Tomb Raider, and each one of them is absolutely beautiful. Another game that puts you into the universe that you've seen on the silver screen.
Got to find shelter. Keep moving. Come on, you can do this. Move. No camp. Okay. Got to start a fire. Okay, this might work. Not enough to last the night. Need to gather more. Dry enough to burn. I hope. Fresh kill. No meat there. Back to camp. Move, damn it.
Men are scouring the ruins in the mountains. If the artifact is here, we'll find it. And what of the remnant? They continue to resist us, but we'll have the situation in hand soon enough. Good. Trinity has faith in you.
Trinity.
Next up on my list, there is no need for introductions when it comes to defining a franchise, defining a genre, defining what it means to live in a world of terror. There are many games. I know it's gonna sound like I'm doing Stanley Kubrick's whatchamacallit, Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket. There are many like it, but this one is mine. When it comes to the master of horror in video games, Resident Evil is the definitive game for fright, world-bending craziness, puzzle, in-depth, and storyline. Going back more decades than most people have cars and children, the Resident Evil franchise defined the genre horror games. Going back to the original PlayStation, going back to Nintendo 64, this game system, this game franchise has spanned all consoles, all universes. But when it comes to the reiteration of games and sequels, I will say there are two on this list that share the same slot. Number one is Resident Evil 8 or Village. This game, Lady Dimitrescu aside, the Lady Vampire, you already know. All you gotta say is Lady Dimitrescu and the internet is in flames. But lichens, werewolves, the Resident Evil Village is the second story of Ethan Winters. It's also his final reiteration. Spoiler alert if you've never played it. But this game is insanity when it comes to length, content, struggle, and world building. The other game that shares the same exact platform is Resident Evil 4 the remake. I love Resident Evil remakes altogether. 2 was amazing, 3 was thunder, I could not believe it. They have a new one getting ready to come out now, Requiem. But Resident Evil 4 is the longest, best horror game I've ever played in my entire life, including the missions where you have to help a certain young female who keeps getting attacked and you have to keep fighting people off and make sure she doesn't get tagged or taken. The game is testing. The game is literally absolutely visually stunning and beautifully played with a wonderful story. Sharing the next slot on my countdown list is Resident Evil. I'm not going to limit it to just 2 games, even though Resident Evil 4 and Village, oh my God, are the latest reiterations of the Resident Evil franchise that is simply epic. If ever there was a game to be called epic, Resident Evil, both Village and 4, even 2 and 3, the franchise, the remakes outdid themselves. Not just giving us a retelling of the story, but from building it from the ground up in a new way. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on my list, for many reasons, I give you Resident Evil 8 Village, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Resident Evil Raccoon City, Resident Evil Code Veronica, there's so many Resident Evils that it's a part of my Fantastic Franchises video. Go back and watch it. I pay respects to every single last reiteration in the Resident Evil universe. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the graphics, the textures, everything in this game is amazing from point A to point B. This is one of the best games ever invented and absolutely deserves a spot on my list as one of the best games, one of the games you have to play before you die. And that's right, Resident Evil is it. You can dive into any Resident Evil, any reiteration that you want. Every single last one of them is great to play.
In life and in death, we give glory.
Hello? You shouldn't be out here. It's not safe. What the hell? Hey, can you hear me?
It's you, the child's father.
Child? Hey, wait. Do you mean Rose? Is she here?
Rose! Rose, yes. She is in great danger. Since Mother Miranda brought her to the village, we have fallen into darkness.
What are you talking about? The monsters?
The castle bell heralds danger. They're coming.
No. Wait. Where's Rose? Who's Mother Miranda?
The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
Rose is here?
Ladies and gentlemen, the next reiteration on my list, and I'm just gonna tell y'all, I forgot where I was, so it don't matter. At this point, we're no longer counting. We just gonna do games you need to play before you die, and we gonna keep this train running. Next up on my list, I think it will be 14 if I was counting. I'm not sure, but that's off the table. Rockstar is known for Grand Theft Auto. But when they jumped into the Old West, Red Dead Redemption is literally a better, more amazing world in which I can't even begin to tell you how amazing these games are. The two in question I'm talking about is Resident Evil, Red Dead Redemption 1 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, I haven't got those yet. I do have the gentleman's attire, but you know what? I'm a stick with Outlaw. We gonna stay with the Outlaw. Now look at this. Look at this. If you ever wanted to play a Western, join a world of where you can be an outlaw and pretty much do almost anything, kind of think of Grand Theft Auto if it was in the Old West. And ladies and gentlemen, whether you play Red Dead Redemption 1 or Red Dead Redemption 2, you are in for an amazing world, a wonderful story. And even if you go back to the original ones, the graphics were still amazing. Now this is a new one, so you got them new next gen graphics and everything looks beautiful and amazing, and its textures and teraflops and all that new stuff that they have. But this one, I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. Every time I play this, like, I can tell you, sometimes I just take my horse for a walk, man. Sometimes life be getting me down and I just jump in here and just take my horse for a walk and run around the trails, shoot some coyotes. This game is the game for you. Like I said, think of Grand Theft Auto just in the Old West. The music, the sound, the things that happen to you both inside and outside the game. I will say, if you don't know, spoilers, it does not have a happy ending for my boy, especially in Red Dead Redemption 2. But I will tell you, if you ever wanted to get a glimpse of what it was like in the Old West, if you ever wanted to experience the feel, the grit of what it's like in the Old West, Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 is the games for you. I absolutely love these games, and you will too. So next up on my list, believe it or not, Red Dead Redemption. If you have not played it, you need to play this game before you die. 130 million%, both 1 and 2. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Red Dead Redemption by Rockstar. Ladies and jelly spoons, next up on my list is one of the most epic game series in the world. Directly from the Lord of the Rings, the Middle Earth series. I'm showing you Shadow of Mordor, but there's Shadow of War. There's 3 games. There's a trilogy of games. But if you ever wanted to just join the world of Lord of the Rings and you had no idea what you wanted to do, this is literally where you want to live. This is literally where you want to go. This puts you right in the middle of the story.
His life now belongs to Gondor.
Father, if you turn my love in, I shall swear I killed Lord Asgon when he attacked me. We shall both sacrifice our lives to Gondor.
Every time we play these games, we put on the precious, and I'm gonna put the precious on you. Niyama, Prestar. I see it in the water.
Thank you, Hollis.
I feel it in the air. Once that once was is no more. For none now live who remember.
All that climbing we've been hearing coming from the forge tells me one thing. New weapons to drench in blood on the battlefield. Oh, yes! Wait, man, missiles! All together! He's on the bridge! I'll show you strength! Let's do!
Like I said, guys, welcome to Mordor. This is how we roll.
Do you hear that?
This is how we roll, y'all. Welcome to the land of Mordor. This game is no joke.
You should stand to one side. Won't be too busy wrecking up more room. They're always so each other has more blood on them wings.
Like I said, graphics-wise, story-wise, you have no idea what these games feel like when you play. And I'm telling y'all, more than 100%, this is absolutely one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. If you are a fan of Lord of the Rings, if you are a fan of Tolkien and his universe, if you are a fan of literally the Dark Souls games, this is literally Dark Souls in the land of Mordor, literally in the Lord of the Rings universe. And I'm telling you, playing this game literally makes you feel epic. When you beat this game, you feel like you've achieved something in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on my list of games you absolutely have to play before you die, literally, the Mordor games are there. The Lord of the Rings Middle-earth games, the trilogy, no matter which one you jump into, you will be satisfied and your thirst for gaming will be absolutely quenched. You have to play these games before you die. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, next up on my list is something I did not know was going to happen in 2024, but when it did, I was absolutely amazed and my life was literally never the same again. This was not Nathan Drake and Uncharted. This was not Lara Croft and Tomb Raider. Those games made me feel like I was in an Indiana Jones universe. This game is the Indiana Jones universe. And the voice acting, the graphics, the gameplay, and the style will literally change the way you feel about those games. Those games are OG amazing, both the Uncharted series and the Tomb Raider series, but they all feel like an Indiana Jones-like game. This is the next gen Indiana Jones game, and it is on levels of amazement. When it comes to actors, character development, and literally playing this game, you will find nothing better, and your thirst for Indiana Jones will be quenched in millions of gallons of amazement when it comes to this game. And when it comes to feeling like you're in the universe of Indiana Jones, this is the closest thing I've ever felt in my entire life. Like I said, like RoboCop, like Hogwarts Legacy. If you want to be a part of that world of Indiana Jones, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Walt Disney, this game will put you into the world of Indiana Jones like never before. This is my Game of the Year pick, even though that Game of the Year awards is all bull, and they pick whoever's money they eating out of, and everybody's got their own little hands in each other's pots. But when it comes to actual game fan service, this is a game where attention needs to be paid, played, and understood. Troy Baker as Indiana Jones, sometimes I forget that is not Harrison Ford's voice. It is Troy, and he is amazing in this role. The motion cap and the late Tony Todd being a part of this universe as literally a giant is absolutely amazing. We were able to finish this game and I felt amazing. This is what stories are supposed to be like. This is what games are supposed to feel like. There is rage in puzzles. There is payoff in fighting. There is more than what a game offers to a gamer when it comes to a universe of being inside of it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, one of the best games I've ever played, and it deserves its spot on this list for nothing more than giving me the opportunity of being a part of the Indiana Jones universe in a way that I never even dreamed of. This is the game we all wanted but never got, and it's here now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. absolutely love that because it gave Tony Todd a send-off like he was going to heaven. They acknowledged the rest in peace in the life of Tony Todd at the end of this game, but this game was one of the last projects he worked on. And to see him still alive, immortalized, both voice and likeness in a game, makes this experience surreal when it comes to gaming.
You think you survived?
You forget that these games have real actors with real people in real lives. And Tony Todd has touched the world in a movie industry, but to leave behind a legacy of not only movies, but a digital gaming legacy in one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. It is a surreal feeling to be in the feet and the bodies of Indiana Jones for the first time ever in a next-gen reiteration where you get to be the iconic adventurer Indiana Jones. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. Troy Baker, you did an amazing job with Indiana Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
I guess this is goodbye.
Still stings that Tony Todd's
This is yours.
Loris Jorno. Thank you.
Say, you wanna stick around for a little while? I got some friends. I can show us the sights.
There's a war coming. And I have a hell of a story to tell. And I think you will be too busy chasing the past.
I don't know. Think I can make room for other things?
Lovey. Not now. Too much is at stake. Adios, Rambo.
Jones!
I think when all of this is over,
Maybe we can have that fancy dinner!
I like that.
So, ladies of Jelly Spoons, did I tell you or did I tell you that there's some amazing games out there that you need to play before you die? See, the greatest thing about having sickness is you get to appreciate life a little bit more. And if you are living in the space of gaming and you are a gamer, you need certain games to be played in your life before you out of here. A lot of work, a lot of design with you in mind were put into a lot of these games. Well, I started off this video doing 20 games you have to play before you die. And halfway through, the enjoyment for just going through these great games again stopped me from counting. I lost count. I lost count probably around 14 or 15. And I'm just going to do great games you need to play before you die. There will be another video today. I'm gonna spoil y'all. There'll be another video today of games you have to play before you die. Now I figure I could just tell you about the games and put up pictures like in the corner of this video, but I figured that's just not the Game Ninja style. I have them, I play them, I wanted to show you them in action. Because while I can describe the beauty, while I can describe the graphics, while I can describe certain things, it's much easier to illustrate to you what I mean and how I feel by showing you the actual game. So that's right, we are a channel unlike anybody else in the space of gaming. Only here in the Game Dojo will we put up or shut up, and we gonna put up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining me for part 1 of games you need to play before you die. And some of these games you may know of because they're iconic, huge franchises, and then some of them may be smaller and niche and you may not have heard of. But the Game Ninja gonna put it on your plate so that you can taste them. Now, every game on these lists, and you hear me say it, one of my most favorite games of all time. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of games that I can play on as many systems, on every system ever invented. But when it comes to quantity over quality and content, yes, graphics do matter, but not as much. As I showed you with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the graphics are cartoony, they're not real life, but it is the best looking, best playing definitive version of Mario Kart. And the dollars don't lie, the sales don't lie, and even to this day in 2025, though the Nintendo Switch 2 has come out and Mario Kart World has come out, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still outselling it. That's how great the game is. So you're never going to know where we're coming from. We're not sticking to just Steam or PC or Bethesda or PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo. We're going to run everywhere, and we'll run in any year. Some of these games are going to be older than you. Some of these games are going to be older than your child. Some of these games are going to be older than your car. I go back a long way in the longevity of gaming. I can go back to the forefront of gaming, to when digital gaming started. I was on that forefront. I'm old. I am that old. I'm what they call UNC or an OG nowadays. But having the ability to exist through gaming over the decades to what it is now, I can appreciate a game for what it is. Some would say a little bit more than others. There are some people who hate games and say they're universally hated. I've played them and I've loved them. So I will give it to you by gamers, for gamers, an honest word of when it comes to me. Don't listen to what people say in the world about a game. Judge for yourself. Because some of the best games I've ever played, like Hogwarts Legacy, it won no awards. It got nominated for nothing at the Game Awards over politics. Yet with over 1 billion copies sold and millions of fans, that game, though underrated, underscored, and overlooked in the public political eye, in the gamer eye, in the gamer life, in the gamer fashion, everybody who has played Hogwarts Legacy has fell in love with it. Proving the fact that sometimes the viewpoint of the consumer is a better viewpoint than the people who are writing these scripts for these so-called gamers who will come on YouTube and different platforms and say, oh, play this game, it's the best game in the world, because they're paid to tell you that. They're paid for their narrative. That is the falsehood in being a real gamer. Real gamers buy gamers for gamers. Look, there's nothing wrong with you making your money. If they're going to pay you to give you a free game and have you review it and say it was great, then make your money, boo-boo. But on the same token, at the end of the day, when it comes to being a true gamer, know thyself. Know you and your heart. Don't be false. Don't hype up trash. And don't trash hype. To this day, I will stand on Hogwarts Legacy, and I got hundreds of negative emails. Oh, because she said this and she that, talking about the author. The author of the books has nothing to do with Hogwarts Legacy, the game. And somebody's viewpoint tanked will destroy anything in your world. But the point is, think for yourself. You have your own mind, your own heart, your own soul. Don't just vote because somebody tells you to vote. Vote because you want to. Speak your voice, speak your mind. There is a beautiful song by Natasha Bedingfield. Feel the rain on your skin. Only you can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Live your life with... Think about it. Think about those words. Only you can feel the rain on your skin. when it comes to gaming, there are people paid to tank games. There are people paid to uplift games. And then you have the real gamers who play games. We spend our money, our life, and our livelihood because we need to escape from the pressures of this world. We get to be a Spartan in Halo. We get to be Mario on top of a castle. We get to be a dragon in Inquisition. We get to be one of the saints in Saints Row. We get to be Sonic. We get to be Crash. We get to be people in universes and worlds that we can't be in this real world. That is the escapism of gaming. You are attached to a great story in another universe and another world, and it allows your soul and your body to lift for just a moment and be long gone from this world. That is the appeal of gaming. And with almost 1 trillion gamers on this universe, whether you are cell phone gaming, whether you are analog gaming with board games and cards and Uno, I still got it too. I rock board games, I rock analog. Whether you are digital, whether you are AR, whether you are VR, whether you are AI, no matter what level of gaming and gamer you are, a nation is what we all are, the gamer nation. We are all part of the same universe. And like that universe, you need to understand, we have people that are for us, and then we have people who are against us. But when it comes to these games that I'm showing, politics are out the door. Falsehoods out the door. I'm coming from just how the game makes me feel. 100%. And a lot of these games you see, you're going to hear me say the same thing. Fan service. They know what the fans want. They give the fans what they need, and they dedicate hard-working teams and countless hours to delivering an experience that is unlike any other. And that is what we're celebrating in these videos. And the next video is going to shock you with some of the entries that I have. But stay tuned for it. And like I said, I'm not like other people. Like, stick around till next week and you'll see my video. Nah, dog, I don't know if I'm going to be alive next week, but I do know I'm alive right here, right now. So right now, I'm going to drop it for you. So if you look out for the next video coming forward, you will see another video of games you need to play before you die, part 2. Till next time, thank you for joining me here in the Game Dojo. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the next video. And your boy got you. When you come here, let the stresses leave. Sit down, relax with your favorite bag of snacks, and enjoy gaming the way it was enjoyed and intended. That's why you welcome here. You're welcome here, man. No stress. Till next time, I'll see you guys in the gameplay. Thanks for joining me.